It had been a relatively quiet afternoon for Chris Kavanagh and his team at Molineux until the final seconds. Right, so Manchester City's winning goal stood, but should it have, Dermot?
I definitely think so. If you look, Silva's in an offside position, but he can't be offside from a corner, so that's a red herring. He can only be offside when Stones touches it. When Stones touches it, he's already peeling away, so he's not in the line of vision. He doesn't block the keeper's vision, and your graphic that you showed me earlier, he doesn't also impact on his ability to play that ball because he moves away from it.
Does he not? Because he's already in his consciousness. If he's on the field, he is active. He has already played a part. He's put Sarr off enough, so he's not set, he's not raring to go. He is not focused enough because his attention has been taken away.
But you missed the key issue, haven't you, Rob, that when all that was taking place, he's not in an offside position because it's a corner, so he can't be given offside. So he can bounce up and down, he can do whatever he wants. He cannot be in an offside position until Stones touches that ball, and when Stones touches that ball, he's already peeled away.
So let's have a look. Here we go. This is what you were referring to. A player is penalised if they. I think we're looking at 1 and 4 here. Prevent an opponent playing or being able to play the ball by clearly obstructing his line of vision. So we can rule that one out because what you're saying is when Stones heads the ball, he is out of the way of that. So let's go down to the bottom one then. Make an obvious action which clearly impacts on the ability of an opponent to play the ball. That is the one that is being argued, I would think, by Wolves fans. I know by a whole host of Arsenal fans already this morning, because he does have. They are arguing he does have an impact. It might have been a split second before, but he still had an impact. But actually, then again, if we look at this picture here, you can see Jose Sarr looks set. He is down there, and he looks like he's got his eyes on the ball. Make sense of it all, Stephen Warnock.
Thanks, Rob. I think it's a goal. I think, like Dermot says, as the corner comes in, Bernardo Silva's onside because he can't be offside. He's got every right to make contact with Sarr. He's trying to upset Sarr in that situation, but he's so clever. He's so alive to the situation. It's brilliant from whoever sets the corners up, because Bernardo Silva is arguably the smallest player on the pitch, so he knows he's not going to be in the eye line. But Bernardo Silva is so clever, nudges him, then just steps around and ducks down, and it's so simple because now he's out the game. He's not active, he's not involved, he's not really in the eye line, he's not affecting what Sarr does. And like Dermot says, there comes the play only comes to life when John Stones heads the ball. When I saw it, I think it was the second time, when it was slowed down, you saw the position of where Sarr was looking clearly through the eye line. You can see the header. I was like, it's a goal. It's a really simple decision.
See, I'm not sure. It is a subjective one, and this is where it is so difficult, and I think it probably would split people 50-50. But I agree. I think it's number 4. That's where I think he has an impact on Sarr because of that nudge.
But he can.
He can, but then he hasn't got time to then set for the header. So you think if that nudge hadn't have happened, he'd have been able to set for that header to then maybe be able to go.
But he's allowed to set. He's allowed to nudge him in that situation because it only becomes live when John Stones heads the ball. So he's already nudged him.
But it's still impacted him.
Yeah, but he's allowed to impact him in that situation. The time he can't is when Stones heads the ball, because that is the time when he becomes live now.
I still think it's impacting his ability to save the ball, whether it's happened 2 seconds before or it's happening then. I still think as a goalkeeper, I'd be furious. And I've had so many goalkeepers messaging me sort of saying, like, that has impacted my ability because I'm not set when John Stones hits it because I'm still trying to get into position. So if he hadn't have done that, he might have been in a different position. He's not in his eye line. I totally get that. And I think Silva's been really clever.
But he's allowed to do that because he's onside. Because you can't be offside from the corner. So, again, I get what you're saying because of the situation, but I can hit you all I want until Dermot heads the ball.
So it's clever.
Oh, it's really clever. It's so clever. Because I spoke to Tim Howard about it yesterday and he was like, it's a goal. Yeah. Ex-goalkeeper, he was like, it's so smart. But now what you've got to do is you've got to get another player in front of your goalkeeper to shift that player out the way and stop them having that impact, or your keeper comes and deals with the situation.
And the key issue there, as Stephen says, is the fact that it's corner. So he has an amnesty from offside.
Yeah.
And that's the key issue. He can literally go up and down, do whatever he wants until Stones heads that ball. It's only when Stones heads that ball that his position changes in view of the offside.
And he's so quick to move, though, Bernardo Silva, isn't he?
And because he peels off, the graphic you showed with the picture shows he peels off, he peels away.
OK, that's over 60% of you on the vote are saying that goal shouldn't have stood. So they're Team Sue.
My mum's voted,
All the goalies just vote
all the
too.
goalies, they all voted.